These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Yada. Yada says we are witnessing the process playing out before us. It means the checks and balance were put in place by the stopping of the laundering of the excuse me, the dollar, causing the decline of the use of the dollar in country. The seed was placed in the ground with all the regulations and the growth started, and now it is breaking the surface such we will benefit from it. Yada says articles have revealed it will not be in vain, and the changeover is taking place now. Claire article quote, a government source reveals the outcomes of the meeting between the central bank and American side. Quote, it was agreed to enhance the advance balance of 5 Iraqi banks in their accounts in dollars with Jordanian banks and transfers via JP Morgan, noting that the problems related to the rejected transfers were resolved. All right, Pimpy says the news continues to get better and better. Article quote, JP Morgan strengthens 5 Iraqi banks. Pimpy says another article with really good news. Is exciting to hear this news. I'm not going to get overly hyped. I'm going to stay grounded, but it is looking very, very good. Militiaman article quote, the CBI, the Federal Reserve, signed deals to ease forex transfers from Iraq after intensive meetings in the UAE. Key in on this one word, ease. Militiaman says they say the process is poised to kick off in the coming days. They're in the process of working to do trade in globally acceptable international currencies. Phenomenal stuff. All right, Mark Z via PDK says, I don't expect us to wait much longer. The chatter is huge. Some still thinks we will start tomorrow to set appointments. We shall see. Nobody knows the exact timing. All right, Frank 26, right now the monetary reform plan is telling you we're going to be part of the WTO. Now, we don't have to have a rise in our currency, but we have to have restriction-free currency so that our currency can be internationally accepted. Therefore, our currency can now float internationally in an international basket. All right, Sampson article quote, CBI Federal Reserve signed deals to ease forex transfers from Iraq after intensive meetings in UAE. Official source. Militiaman says salaries, oil, and gas, what do they need? Salaries need an exchange rate. Oil and gas need an exchange rate. 2023, 24, 25 budget need an exchange rate. All the contracts for housing need an adjustment to the exchange rate to be able to finish those things. It's fairly cut and dry. So what are they looking for? They're looking for the exchange rate. Hasn't happened yet. Why? Because it's obvious now. We're waiting for them in on that pinpoint. What is it? There's only one item I think that is left to do. Sandy Ingram says Iraq has the same mattress banking issue as Zimbabwe. Iraq has introduced the POS point of sale digital currency and is literally taking cash off the table. In addition, Iraq will eliminate the US dollar from all public transactions beginning January 1st, 2024. Iraq is gaining control over its currency. What we as investors must figure out is how can we participate in this money transfer to digital without actually traveling to the Middle East, which is nowhere near safe. All right, Claire article quote, an Iraqi-American agreement to enhance Iraqi bank balances in dollars, yen, and rupees. Quote, in light of the recent meetings of the central bank with the American side, the number of banks that can directly strengthen their balance in US dollars has become 10 banks, 5 through Citibank, 5 other banks other than the first through JP Morgan Bank. All right, Mark Z via PDK question. So are we making appointments tomorrow? Mark Z says that continues to be a rumor from some banking source. We shall see, but they would have to kick it into massive overdrive for that to happen. Pimpy says there's many factors that help increase the value of the currency, but this one move of them, start to import foreign exchange. This is a biggie. This opens the doors for everything else. Militiaman says Iraq's going to have a real effective exchange rate, not just a nominal effective exchange rate, and the WTO is going to know about it. So is the UN, so is the United States Treasury, the Bank of International Settlements. Everybody is going to be paying attention to the amount of money that's going to come out of this country. And lastly, Mark Z via PDK, there's a quote, Iraq plans to neglect the US dollar. Parliament proposes to diversify foreign currency baskets. Mark Z says Iraq will hold foreign currencies so they can do business in and around the Middle East without the US. This story is bigger than it appears. It is all about de-dollarization. We know Iraq plans to be de-dollarized by January 1st. So for Iraq to be de-dollarized by January 1st, then their oil profits, etc., will no longer be going through the US system that it is going through now, and they will need a fully functional international currency. We have a really good indicator of when this RV has to happen by. It makes logical sense for it to be sooner, and this article is fantastic.